Hello, hello! Welcome back to another speed build. I'm sorry that we haven't done one of these in a while, but it's been a very busy start to the year. I've been moving, you can probably tell by the empty room behind me. And we are finally resuming our careers Sims 4 speed builds. So yeah, thank you so much for being patient with me. I really appreciate if you are waiting for Palm Sims episodes or Throwback Street, I promise you those will be returning soon. I am just in the middle of moving, so everything is coming a little bit slower than what I would want. But we will be picking them up soon and returning to a normal video schedule. At the moment, we are doing one long video a week on Fridays and then some YouTube shorts throughout the rest of the week. So yeah, that is what the schedule is going to be like for a while. But today we are going in with our career series. So we are taking every single Sims 4 career and making a home for them. So in today's episode, we are doing a teacher's home, which was recommended by you all last episode. So we've already done a scientist's career, a criminal career, and a chef's career. So this is part 4. I go into these kind of unsure of what I'm gonna do, and then they just take shape as I start making a storyline in my head. And this house turned out a little bit bigger than what I was planning on it. So it's a bit of a longer video than what I would have hoped for. But eventually I kind of realized that a teacher, the character that I had made in my head has kids. So actually they have two children, and then one toddler, or maybe one baby. I forgot what bed I put in the room, but definitely 2 older kids and then 1 baby or toddler. So yeah, I wanted to do a lot of bedrooms upstairs, playrooms, office room, formal dining area, a very kind of big, large family-sized kitchen. So there's a lot of space to play with. But I also wanted to do something quite interesting in the outside. So I ended up going with a very big lot. I forgot what size this is, but I think it could be 40 by 40 or even 40 by 50. It's huge. And I wanted to fill the space with a nice garden. So our teacher has a little pergola out in the back garden, which is very loosely mapped out here by the terrain paint. It does get better, I promise. But we have created this pergola for our teacher to have some quiet time. So they could read, they could do teacher stuff. They actually have never properly played out the teacher's career in Sims 4. But I'm sure they would benefit from that quiet space, away from the kids. So that is what we have done with the back garden. I also added a little river or stream or pond, actually, to create this breakup, I guess, in the space. And then we have a bridge that goes across, and it's all usable. The bridge it's not like the nicest bridge, but it is, I think, the only way you can make it functional to cross over water. So we've had to go with that. And then for the actual exterior of the house, it's very white picket fence, lots of landscaping, lots of flowers. I have no idea who does the gardening because I imagine the teacher is very busy. So maybe their partner is a gardener or takes pride in their plants and flowers. And we also have this carport here it started off as a carport for cars, and then it ended up being a bike storage, and I changed it for a TikTok, and then I forgot to change it back. So you might see in the middle of this video it will change from being a carport to a bike storage. So yeah, that just is a little explanation on what happened. But yeah, we are just finishing up on the actual main structure of the house, and then I go in and do landscaping. The terrain is a little bit before you saw when I was doing the terrain by the car. That is one of my favorite tips that I've learned recently from Sunny Simsy, Lisa, here on YouTube and Twitch and TikTok. And that is to take brown terrain, to create track marks where your cars have, where it looks like your cars have driven into the spot. I think that is so genius, adds such a nice bit of realism to the build. So that's my new favorite trick. So thank you, Lisa. And that concluded the terrain paint, and now we are moving on to the landscaping. So I added a lot of flower pots. I wanted the exterior to be quite colorful, so that's why we've gone with a bright yellow door. And then the landscaping and the flowers are very colorful, lots of pinks, reds, and oranges, because I wanted the whole house to be fun. So the interior is probably not going to be everyone's favorite or style. It's very bold to what I normally do. The color palette is not something I've ever done before myself, but I really love how I imagine the teacher teaches younger students. So the teacher is all about color and poppy things. So I wanted to reflect that also into the interior design. So, well, you'll see the interior soon, but yeah, basically also carries through to the landscaping outside with the bright yellow door and all the flowers. And of course, the little mailbox. I think I changed the mailbox actually, but I did want it to be colorful. And then we're just adding some details. I like the idea of having some rocking chairs out the front, maybe very nice, relaxing spot for our teacher to sit after a long day at work and just reflect. And yeah, that is, I didn't go too overboard with the furniture out the front because there actually is not that much space. But now we're moving on to the inside. So the color of the walls might give it away as to what the color palette is going to be for the rest of the build. Yellow is a key color, and then the rest of the walls is like this gray. It's like a light gray color. And then throughout the house, we have pops of color. So yellow is a common pop of color as a feature wall. Then I think I do some pops of green and pops of blue and pink actually, and purple. So there's, I think pretty much every room has a feature wall. So now into the kitchen, the wallpaper. Oh, I think I forgot which pack this is. I think it's Parenthood. That really set the tone for the color palette in here. And then we went with my favorite kitchen counters from Dream Home Decorator with a bright orange fridge to match. I wanted the kitchen to be big and open, and I see it as kind of a spot where maybe the kids could also do their homework. So I put a big island in the middle where, yeah, the family could hang out. And yeah, I think that's nice. I feel like as a big family, probably spend a lot of time in the kitchen. Seems to be like a very big hub for large families. So yeah, that is the main furniture in the kitchen done. And then we go in and add some clutter. Of course, had to use the colorful bread bin, fruit bowls. I didn't want to overly clutter the surfaces, so it's still usable, but yeah, some colorful things. Some lemon cake. Is that lemon cake or is it fruit cake? No, I don't actually think it says what it is. I think when it got added to the game, we toured everything on Twitch and we just started calling it the lemon cake. So that's the lemon cake, and some nice flowers, and I think that's pretty much it for the clutter. Some drinks jug, books. But yeah, very colorful, but it's all still usable, so that's fine. And then following through from the kitchen, we have a lot of arches. I wanted this build to be not open plan. I wanted it to be quite a closed off floor plan. So there's not many doors, but there are a lot of archways. So the kitchen then flows into the dining room, which then flows into the living space, which has those beautiful bay windows. The living room arch is actually from the Industrial Loft Kit. I love using this. It's actually a door which can be closed, but Sims, they just walk straight through it, so it's like an arch. But yeah, I think it looks really nice and modern, and it kind of matches the door to the exterior that we had there at the back, so I thought that was nice. And then we have the dining room here. Again, bright colors, poppy. I wanted this to be more of a formal dining room. Maybe they do actually eat here and do their homework as well. But it's colorful still. And I love this carpet. I have never used this carpet before, but I filtered by the color orange, and I found some really nice orange carpets. You can see I've already dragged one into the living room because there were so many nice ones. And then we just finish it off with a clock. Oh, I wanted to use a large grandfather clock, but then I saw this Apple clock and I realized that is perfect for a teacher. That is single-handedly the best teacher item we have in the game. I love it. So that got moved into the kitchen, so we put the grandfather clock back. Okay, now moving on to the lounge. It's quite a big space to work with, so I wanted to break it up by placing the couch in the middle of the room, kind of used as a divider, and then the TV cabinet against one wall, the feature wall, the yellow wall, and actually the TV cabinet is a custom cabinet using the kitchen cabinets from Dream Home Decorator, I believe, and then I just alt placed the TV on top. So a nice little hack to use the TV cabinets, kitchen cabinets as TV cabinets. And then before we place the sofa, I just placed a few pieces of furniture on the opposite side. This is just a bookshelf and a table and a lamp. And then the couch actually fit perfectly in the middle of the room. Was just trying to figure out what color palette I wanted in here, but I think I went with that neutral sofa. And then we added another rocking chair and a little coffee table, and that was it for big furniture. So the space is still functional. I didn't want to add too many toys or anything in here because the kids have their own playroom upstairs, and there are some older kids in the house as well. They have their own office. So yeah, every room has its own space, so that's fine. Or every function has its own room. Then just alt placing. So unfortunately, because you use these kitchen cabinets here, you have to alt place all the clutter on top, which is actually fine because I find it easier because then you can manually put your clutter where you want without things snapping to place. Or if you have the red shelf, that will make your life so much easier. You can actually get things at the right height instead of using your 9 key to raise them up. So I actually find it easier when I use the kitchen cabinets like this. Then I was just figuring out what to put against this back wall here. So I really like these shelves. I thought they were very kiddie, childish, and playful. I didn't like the original swatches. So we changed these swatches, and then I just placed some clutter on top of them, and that was it. I think they're nice. I've never used them before in the game, but I thought they were very appropriate for this kind of build. The build in general is very playful. So there is a few little kid items scattered around that I've tried to make look a little bit more mature. And like the clutter that we're putting on these surfaces. So that's obviously a little arts and crafts project that one of the kids is working on. And maybe those are art supplies. Instead of the knitting thing, we could just say they're art supplies of some sort. And now we are moving into the entranceway, which is... I guess the carpet there sets the scene for the color palette of the entire build. Very colorful and bold, but it ties in all of the colors, so I like putting it there. And then we just put an ottoman and a plant. And I think that's it. There's not that much space in that entranceway. It's quite narrow. So now we are moving on to the office. So obviously the teacher needs an office, but I also wanted the office to be kind of a shared space for the kids as well. So there are actually 3 desks that we managed to squeeze into this room. So the teacher's desk is obviously going to be the biggest, but those 2 smaller desks are for the kids. They do their homework there. Like every single table so far, I've said maybe they could do their homework there. Clearly, these kids are doing their homework. The teacher's doing a good job. But anyway, kids' desks, and then the teacher's desk on the opposite side of the wall. And then next to the desk, I just put a bookshelf. And actually, the chair is currently not usable. I kind of double stack my chair so that I can rotate one chair diagonal so it looks more realistic, and then I delete the chair underneath, if that makes sense, to avoid it snapping into place. So this chair is currently not usable, but if you do want to download this from the gallery, all you need to do is take that chair and just snap it back into place. And then your sim will be able to access it. So that is a little overview of what we have done so far. I am moving upstairs. Oh no, bathroom. Nope, never mind. We are doing the bathroom now downstairs. This is actually is it the main? It is kind of the main bathroom because it's the biggest one, but there is another bathroom upstairs. But this is the biggest one. We put a big bathtub in here for the toddler baby. And the swatches of that bathtub are perfect for this build. There were so many options to choose from, but we went with the little elephant design. And then I wanted to use this divider, which I thought was really nice to kind of section off the toilet. I actually really like that hack. I might start doing that more in the future. And that just creates a nice divide in the room and privacy for the person using the toilet. And now we are done and going upstairs. So I just recreate or use the same furniture from downstairs, to the bathroom upstairs. And so that's the second bathroom. And then we add in the fluffy rug, of course. And now I am just adding some lights to all the rooms, but you can see the floor plan here. So it's a fairly large hallway that I'm doing right now, which I didn't want to use as dead space. We've just added some bookshelves, and it can be kind of a reading corner, which I think is nice. So the kids can do their homework there. No. So the kids can read, or the mom can read, or the parents. So it's a reading corner. And then there's one master bedroom, which is the far end of the hallway. And then there is the toddler room in the middle. And then the kids' bedroom, where you see that pink bookshelf is. That is a shared room for 2 kids. So there's bunk beds in there. I think I did. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did bunk beds. So this is the master bedroom. Started off with a yellow wall, and then I realized I didn't like how it was looking, so it gets swapped out for purple to match the purple carpet. The room actually ended up being quite a bit smaller than what I was hoping for, which was a shame because I actually have no clue if that side of the room is useful. So maybe only one sim can stay in here. I'm not sure, but yeah, the room is, now the purple wall has changed. The room is unfortunately smaller than what I would have wanted. So hopefully one of your sims can scooch up if it doesn't work. Or you just delete the TV, I guess. And now we are moving on to the hallway directly outside the master bedroom. I just put a table there and some colorful artwork and a plant, and that's it. And now I think we move on to the kids' room first. Yes, we do. So the bunk beds, the color palette in here, I think is a pinky purple, I believe, with a bit of teal maybe. But yeah, I don't know whether you want to make these children or teenagers or one or both maybe. Totally up to you. You can download this from the gallery now. hiemmanicole is my username. And then you can add in your own storylines, your own sims, your own characters, and you can change things around to fit your character. So I think I left the rooms fairly uncluttered so that you can put in your own stories into them depending on their own hobbies. But they at least set the scene of who could be living there. And then it's over to you if you want to start adding more clutter. But yeah, this is a toddler's bed, so depending on if you want a baby or a toddler, you can also change the bed. And I just scattered a few toys and a couple of bits of clutter into that room, but not too much. Actually, I love this pink bookshelf. I have never used that swatch before. I think the swatches of that bookshelf are pretty weird, if I remember rightly. But for a kid's room like that, I think it actually looks really nice. Now we are moving on to the outside, the patio. This is the last bit of the speed build. I wanted the outside to be sociable. Maybe they host a lot of parties here, kids' parties. And I wanted to have a few different sections. So they have the eating area with the barbecue, the lounge area with some chairs, which is what I'm about to do now or in a second. And then you come down those stairs and you have some areas with planters for the partner who's maybe into gardening. And then you have the kids area with all the kids' activities and kids' toys. So lots of different areas. And again, you can customize it depending on whatever storylines you're playing with your Sims. But that concludes our Teacher's Home speed build. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will be continuing on with Palm Sims from next week. Another episode of Palm Sims will be out, and then we will kind of rotate between Throwback Street, Palm Sims, and this Careers series. So yeah, thank you so much for being patient with me over the past couple of months. I hope you enjoyed this video and you're enjoying all of the YouTube shorts. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye, friends!